Yes. Okay, and
so VZ Mark II. We have shit to say.
And this episode is sponsored by I added this fucking thing, but sponsored by I cannot comprehend that this is not a yellow spread.
I find it perplexing whether or not this is indeed butter.
Yeah,
I'm inclined to disbelieve that this is butter.
This object is a margarine.
This is starting to sound like light novel titles. I cannot believe it.
I am inclined to disbelieve that this is
that this girl
butter.
likes me. Yeah.
Well, here's a light novel title. I can't believe, or what was it? There's no way that the first life-size figure out of Ori-Imo is literally the worst character in the show.
But you got your 1/1 scale airsoft target.
Hey, you got my human-sized target.
Someone's going to buy that for you. It's going to ship.
I really hope someone doesn't spend that much money on something. I'm just gonna shoot with airsoft guns. That would piss. Like that wouldn't like if that arrived on my doorstep. There's nothing about that would make me happy.
I just want to see your face. I just want to see your face. Like
I could just see him like going sighing and then walking back into the house, and then you start hearing him, you know,
and then next someone's gonna send you a human-sized Methus.
I hope not. I sincerely hope not, because that would just. I'd have to get the baseball bat.
Okay.
I don't even own a baseball bat. I'd have to get in my car, drive to the store, purchase a baseball bat, and that's just going to piss me off even further, because then I'm spending money. I'm spending more money to destroy this ridiculous mobile suit.
Okay, I got it.
No,
drive back, and I'm also wasting gas on this. So I'm drive back to my house and eviscerate this ridiculous joke of a mobile suit.
You grab the Ayase thing and you put like a Bowie knife to it, like in Rambo style, you know, like it just like tear its head off like Jihad John kind of shit.
Guys, I got the perfect thing.
Figure.
I got the perfect thing for Anubis. Ayase pilots the Methus. That's the title of this episode.
That's
just bad all around.
Well, it's bad because like
it's bad squared.
The reason it's bad is because now the Methus can't be shot down. Because remember that thing lasted all through Zeta Gundam, got its leg chopped off like on 5 different occasions. Apparently, the Argama is just stocked with Methus legs. Because Fa was piloting it, and she has plot armor.
We
can't blow up the Methus because Fa's in it now. So I'm just so glad I'm past that point in Zeta Gundam.
Would have been hilarious if it lasted into Char's counterattack also.
You think it would be hilarious?
You know how mad I would be if I started watching Char's counterattack.
Londo Bell
and the Methus showed up
there.
They were covered.
This isn't a good start.
In Londo Bell colors. It's like.
This is how many ways can we Anubis like
this is trolling Anubis.
This is like Sunrise saying, "Hey, listen, this guy named Time Enforcer Anubis is gonna watch this movie in a few decades. You know what's really gonna piss him off? Bring back the Methus from Zeta Gundam, paint it in Londo Bell colors, and have some idiot go out and pilot it and not get it destroyed."
Cats.
Anyway. I got something that won't piss Anubis off.
Cats Kobayashi.
I got something that won't piss Anubis off, and
hopefully
even K-Gods will like this. Hold on, let me see.
Ooh.
Hang on. Sorry, I was looking at something. What now?
That is the
yeah.
Nendoroid.
Yes. For a
Yes.
minute, I was thinking bobblehead.
She also has. Yeah, I
Can't
love
you
she
just
has
see that on like somebody's fucking dash?
No. It's not the head that bobs.
I know that. I was joking.
Oh yeah. Okay, so besides that, before I talk about what I'm watching, I want to say what I've been playing.
Ooh.
Ray play?
It's
I've
actually
been
not
playing.
that good a game. I played it.
Yeah, I've been
Anubis dug deep down and got in the trenches for you.
I had to get the whole story.
I've been
That's
playing.
what we do here on NTR Radio. We get the whole story.
Even if it is questionable stuff like that.
Anyway, I've been playing the iPhone game the iOS game for Love Life.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty good at it now. I'm actually getting the hang of it. Recommend you guys try that if you like Love Life.
I don't have that kind of phone.
I actually have it. I just haven't played it in a year or so.
Yeah.
In any case, I've been watching stuff as well.
All right. Okay, you go first, and then I'll talk about what I'm watching.
Sure. We ended up watching Plastic Little just for fun.
Oh, good call.
That needs a Blu-ray remaster.
It really does.
Seriously.
Yeah, we need to see Urushihara boobs in 1080p. But besides that, we also watched the Sora no Toshimono movie, Clockwork Angeloid or something like that, I think is the title. I can't.
I never seen the series, so I don't know how.
It was pretty fun. That one kind of is one of those things where it takes place in parallel with the show.
Right.
And it's like takes place from an additional character's perspective that wasn't, in the show. It was relatively enjoyable. We're actually going to be watching School Rumble.
I seen a little bit of that actually when it was when I had the Funimation channel for like a little less than a year.
And also the other Sora no Toshimono movie. I can't remember what the name of it is offhand.
They made a second one?
Yeah, the other one. Hang on, let me see what the one was called. Eternal My Master. Or something like that, which makes it sound like it's S&M, but
yeah, exactly.
But if you watch the show at all, it kind of has that aesthetic anyway because they're all wearing those collars with the chains on them. Yeah. So I mean,
finish that anime.
It's a lot better than I thought it'd be. First off, it's visually very pleasing. Like in motion, you know what I mean? It seems like it got more budget than your average TV series does for some reason.
I wonder if, because since they made a movie and since it's gotten a lot of, sequels, I wonder if they'll ever, do a Two Love Row movie. I
don't know.
That would be interesting.
I did watch the OVAs that were with the first season on that, too, by the way. Momo shows up and all that.
The 6 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed those for what they were. I mean...
You like that opening?
I can't remember it, to be honest with you.
Not the one with the bouncing...
Oh, yeah, and the main character gender bending, or swapping, as it were.
Yes.
Which was weird as hell the first time I saw it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I mean, the show... It was just something that threw me off.
And me controlling him I'm not really your sister.
Oh yeah, and just him being fondled and shit like that, by other girls and stuff. Shameless stuff.
Yes.
Let's see. Was there anything else? I ended up watching surprisingly enough, the first presidential debate, and it was completely a snorer.
I was busy around that time.
Hopefully the second one's better. For some reason, I'm actually going to watch these, if nothing else, for snacking purposes.
Yeah.
Like, every time someone says something stupid, I will chug a fruit chew.
I don't know.
I knew it was losing his shit.
Something about the expression "chug a fruit chew" is funnier than it has any right to be.
Chug a fruit chew. And we're going to have to totally use that.
Is that like a Starburst or something?
Ding, 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 ding.
Yep. Fruit snacks.
Yeah.
That's
the rolls
third grade school lunch delicacy.
No, I was just gonna say, what about the rolls that are of a fruit nature, and they're not down?
So I'll say what happened.
Rolled fruit strips.
Yeah, I love this shit.
That's like the generic brand fruit roll. Exactly.
That's like the Shop and Save knockoff.
That's like you got Frosted Flakes. Wait, is it what? No, it wasn't. You have Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
And then you have Crispy Rice.
Yeah.
That's the store brand. It's Crispy Rice.
Oh, you think that's bad? I won't even have to tell you what this originally was. I'll just tell you the generic brand. Fruit Rounds. I'm not kidding, and it's not even in a box. It's in a bag.
Oh, the bag cereal. Okay, wait. I think I might have one better, and then we'll go to VZ. You ready for this?
Okay, I'm sitting down.
Oats and O's.
Is Hall involved?
Gotta get me some Oats and O's.
Oats and O's. That's almost as bad as that fucking. When I was out in Colorado with my family years back, we came across a fucking 7-Eleven type store that had the weirdest fucking generic, like, this is some hillbilly shit name. The Loaf and Jug.
Yeah.
Like, it was a convenience store.
And I get it. I get what they're going for.
Oh yeah, but it's
not the right name.
It just makes it sound like it's some really antiquated.
Oats and Hose.
Oats and O's.
Oats and O's. You're out of time.
Darn Girl, by the way, Darn Girl says Boats and Hose is redundant if you're talking about Con Cully. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Have you seen Shimakaze?
Real talk.
Oh, somebody pointed something out, and I thought it was really, really cool. It's about Shimonetta.
Oh.
Drawing Girl actually said that in many ways it has kind of the South Park bigger, longer, uncut quality to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I thought about it, the more I saw what she was talking about.
Oh, yeah, the same sort of message.
Yeah.
Same sort of, like, yeah.
And it was funny because we were talking about how people actually praised the show for its ideas because it was more creative with its fan service and stuff than usual. And I said, yeah, but they missed the point that the other shows they're bitching about are what it was celebrating.
Exactly.
So,
well, to a certain extent, certain A&N writers think it's propaganda. So.
Yeah. It's all those Americans that just don't know how great it is to be perverted.
Well, it's a useless word when used that way.
Yeah, well, these are the same people who think Samantha Bee is funny.
I thought the complaint was that it didn't go it didn't delve more into social commentary or something like that.
No, what they really mean is it didn't talk about the nonsensical bullshit that's going on in universities right now. You know, talking about just like microaggressions or some shit like that.
Yeah, but that's not a thing in Japan, so why would they even know?
So they have no perspective on it.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter to these people. These people got pissed off because of the kimonos thing.
Okay, because all right,
Anyway, VZ.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Oats and O's.
All right. I got a couple things. I rewatched because on Blu-ray, Hello Canero Mosaic, which is the second season. 2 weeks ago, I got on Blu-ray finally Transformers the movie, so that looks great. Gonna do a show on Otaku Midnight about that.
Lovely.
Okay.
So next when he wants me to, I'll come on and talk about. And I actually am. I have. It's in work in progress, and hopefully I'll be able to think up more to write about. But that'll be something I'll be working on for the next Nanda magazine. Not a review of the movie, but just like a sort of retrospective. 30 years later, why is this thing still, awesome to me?
I gotcha. Well,
yeah. What else? The new Mujaki no I forgot the Japanese title, but Paradise and Innocence. No idea of that. It was all right. It was good. I think that's one of those things where when you watch a hentai and you're like, the manga for this is better, or just in general manga it's the same thing. It's just something about it. The manga is far better. The ecchi for that. One, it doesn't shy away from the nudity, and and if you know what Paradise Innocence is about, you know what. Two, it's just the art is much more detailed than.
Well,
So,
to be fair, it's just overall probably more of an ordeal to make it look better in motion.
That too, I think.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, so the new season started, but I only watched one thing so far.
I've actually watched a few trailers so far.
Right. Well, I'll let you get into that in a sec. But the new Working, which is the spin-off.
Is this the one with the 3 exclamation points?
Yes. www.working. It's a different. It's Wagnaria, but it's a different.
Part of the franchise.
It's part of the franchise. It's a different building.
Yeah, that's when I say franchise, I mean as in the not the show.
But the interesting thing is, in the beginning, it actually kind of lets you know that it takes place the same time as the first season, because you see when the main character walks by, you see the original main character walk by in the opposite direction.
Ah. That's clever.
Yeah, I was gonna say. What did they you see the same faceless extra or fat guy or?
What? No, so yeah, trailers. So I checked out the trailer for a show that I didn't even know, but then I saw this character, and I was like, okay, I have to watch this. Called Occultic 9. Yeah,
you mentioned something about this before we got started.
Yes, this main girl. Okay, let me describe what she looks like. Think Kaneko from Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, but
I haven't watched that yet.
Well, you know what Kaneko looks like.
I know what she looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the chubby one.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'm just saying I haven't got around to watching it yet.
Okay, she looks like that, but with her chest is like the size of her head.
So is her head either? So is her head? I was just gonna make the joke. So is her head really small or her chest?
No.
It's a joke, man.
Really. This is. It's done by. I never seen Steins Gate, but it's the same. It's the same author.
Oh, okay.
The trailer looked comedic. So
I'm seeing it now. It has the semicolon in it, so yeah, it's by the same.
Yeah, just look at the main girl. Just look at the main girl.
Takes place in the same probably universe as Steins Gate and Robotics Notes and Chaos Head.
Look at the main character.
You know your franchise is pretentious when it has a semicolon in it.
All right, take a look at the main girl there.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
All right. And then, there's a bunch of other things I'm waiting for. We're of course all waiting for Brave Witches, obviously.
Of course.
Well, yeah, but we've been waiting for that since it was first announced. So.
Yeah, exactly.
The new second season of Sound Euphonium. A bunch of other things.
I saw a preview for a really cool one, Keijo.
Oh yeah, that's the butt fight.
Yes, like where they're playing in the water, like smashing their butts against each other and shit.
That's a mini game in Dead or Alive. Extremely solvable.
We know what ain't.
Speaking of which, they actually had at the end of that trailer, they had basically an ad for that.
Oh,
for Dead or Alive.
They know what they're going for.
Like the two girls would just like smash their asses together, and it was just like there was everything that's right with the world is in this what I'm viewing right here.
The thing about going back to the new working is, I hope I can like these new characters as much as the original, because that was the strength of the original show. Was it's just really, really funny characters. And watching the first episode, it seems like, these characters are just as unbelievably dumb, ridiculously, if not dumb, just totally like, this will never happen in reality.
Aloof.
Well, like a restaurant can never function with people like this, which is why it's like funny.
Well, that's true about the way most restaurants are portrayed in shows.
There's like the main girl punches punches the manager, and the manager is like fine with it. He just has like a little bandage on his chin. It's like
it was just a love tap.
Oh, there's one of the waitresses like is super rich, and one of the customers complains about like the coffee or something, and so she just pays the customer like a ridiculous amount of money.
There you go.
Okay.
Money solves all problems.
Yeah, it's totally bonkers. Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's got like some wind going on.
Oh, that's probably my fan. I'll lower it.
It sounds like Chicago style winds,
I'm not gonna watch this, but this is kind of a dumb sounding title where you can tell what it's about just by the name of it. Bloodivores.
Yeah. That's almost as silly as Death Billiards.
Almost.
I said almost.
Death Billiards. Gotta play the...
Yeah, where's your 8-ball?
You know what I thought of yesterday?
Hopefully not Death Billiards.
Moe Chess. A show about Moe girls playing chess.
Okay, and I could tell you one archetype that would be in it. A rich brat that is just really haughty.
Yes.
Like it would be from somewhere like the Soviet Union or something like that.
But it would have like a made up like Russian like.
Well, yeah. It would be, however, it would be the equivalent.
Here we go. We have an android girl who's the stand-in for Deep Blue. Yeah. We can do this.
Or they could base it off of actual grandmasters.
Yeah.
But they'll all be Moe girls like Bobby Fischer and shit. Including being anti-Semitic. just for authenticity. Am I going too far?
I think we stepped over the line.
I think I crossed the line.
Okay, so Anubis, what have you been watching? Or looking at?
I
was in Canada.
Yeah, but I actually watched a little bit of anime. I started on, what was it? Crest of the Stars a while ago.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I know.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, that's a great one. For some reason, that one did not make a lot of waves, and it should have. I thought so.
Well, I remember a while back, I used to see that main
Ads
girl
for it?
character. Well, not even ads, but I used to, like, on the internet, I used to see that main girl character everywhere, and I never knew what she was from until I figured out what Crest of the Stars is.
Hello, reverse image searching.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I watched a bit of Crest of the Stars. I've watched a little bit of Double Zeta. So I've gotten to where they went down to Earth.
Touching oneself in anticipation of Haman.
Naturally. That when Haman does that thing where she projects that giant hologram of herself, let's get that technology.
Woot.
I started on Asobi ni Ikyo, Cat Planet Cuties.
Right.
Yeah, because I've been seeing gifs from that show show up again and again, and it just reminded me, let me just get down.
I guess stop what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So how are you liking that one?
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying how the whole, like, they're really not taking the whole aliens thing very seriously at all.
No. This is aliens show up.
Oh, aliens showed up.
I mean,
The cat girls. Sure, why not? Why they're here? They want to make friends. Okay.
It's not like Demon Beast invasion.
And they think like the main attire for Earth is school swimsuits.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this idea.
Hey, they don't know about Earth. We can tell them whatever they want, whatever we want.
I like the one with the shortish hair and the glasses.
I haven't gotten to her yet. I've only finished the first episode so far.
All right, she's seeing the second one.
Hey, School Days is on Blu-ray now.
Hey,
I can't afford it, but it's there.
time to make myself angry again.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe next February we should do something on that again.
That might be a good call.
It might be entertaining. Plus, it might just piss everybody off again.
I'm due for a rewatch of that anime.
I still love your analysis that you did episode by episode.
The 12-episode takedown.
Maybe
that was really an ordeal.
Maybe I'll watch it for the first time.
Because the greatness of it was if you would read them all in a row, you could see progressively how much more you were getting pissed off every episode.
Through the way I was writing.
But what the
getting more angry.
The Blu-ray's coming out here?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. That's interesting.
Yeah. School Days on Blu-ray. Let's go.
But maybe I'll check it out for the first time.
I mean, I have it on DVD already. Because
Same here.
Thanks Discotech.
You know what? I would say don't bother to buy it. Not as a, but it came out in 2007, right? Yeah, that would be an upscale.
Hey, if it looks good, I'm down.
I mean, I'd have some again, I have some shows that are upscales because digital, it really wasn't until like 2008 or 9 when shows were being done in HD native.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all I'm saying is if it looks good, I'm down.
All right.
It doesn't matter to me whether or not it's an upscale or not. And if it looks good, I'm all set.
So pissed off about that Lucky Star, but I'll never let that one go. But
Yeah,
somewhere Daryl Surratt is laughing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, what was that? They were provided with bad masters for that or something like that?
That's what I heard. But then I saw the Japanese Blu-ray. Those look great, but that might have been the encoder did something to fix that anyway.
Right, possibly.
So I have no way of knowing. I just no way of knowing.
Yeah, even Drawing Girl in the RC said probably just import the Japanese Blu-ray at this point.
Yeah, but I don't know if their import is any better. So, and no, I'm not going to pay Japanese price for those. Sorry, Drawing Girl. I love to support, the stuff I like, but at a certain point, it's like, there's other, because there's always going to be something that I can't afford.
In any case, are you going to mention about your little sabbatical?
Yeah, so I went missing for a while.
It was completely. There was no real warning.
Yeah, no, I basically neglected to tell anyone.
Yeah, I actually called him on the phone a couple times, and I sent a text like, "Dude, are you okay? Where the fuck are you at?"
So here's
Hell yes.
so here's what happened. I went to Canada to
Buy some bagged milk.
Yeah, I actually didn't see any bagged milk.
To get some maple syrup.
I understand that that's a thing up there. I didn't see any, but I wasn't really in a position to see any either. So I'm still on about the bagged milk. But I went up to Canada to attend a convention and see my girlfriend, and it was pretty good. It was Atlanticon up in Corner Brook, Newfoundland.
So everybody talks like David Spade. Yeah, buddy.
No, they didn't talk like that at all.
I was kidding.
They didn't have flip-top heads either. I was disappointed.
Is that supposed to be the fast talkers high trousers?
Fast talking high trousers.
No, I think that's the 50s, dude.
That's just like
That's what it sounded like you were.
That's just like 1940s, 1950s America.
Yeah, like just middle kind of.
Talk like this.
Yeah. So,
I'm much for supposing.
Yeah, I'm much for figging. or how about it? Almost reminds me of those broadcasts they used to have on the national radio. Like when the president would come on or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Or like when there was just like some kind of War of the Worlds shit going on.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up that old War of the Worlds.
Or the Roswell deal, where you got like the people and it's like it seems that a giant metallic disc was recovered by the army.
Back in the day when they had newsreels before the movie at the movie theater.
Yeah, like the spinning headlines and shit.
Oh, yeah. It would be like the world at war, and it would have like
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That or it would be like our communists next to you, kind of voices, like Jim Johnson and his newlywed did not know,
Do you have
Red Scare propaganda shit?
Do you have a Moe otaku living with you?
Yeah, exactly.
Signs to look forward.
Yeah, these are the signs.
Spends a ridiculous amount of money on
that is funneled, and you do not know where it went.
If he says, "I'd rather have, I like 2D rather than 3D," then you have an otaku. Remember in Family Guy was like, you have and was it if instead of blood was it an acidic acid
oh yeah.
I remember it. It's just that
and then it becomes a monster and it's like,
yeah, I know
today Nazi
not today.
Nancy boy. Yeah, I remember that. In all honesty, I really the new stuff doesn't hold up on that. Not at all.
No, I'm not as at the level like that you are, but I will say that the show's kind of
No. I'm saying since they kind of decided to bring it back, it just isn't as high. It's just not as funny.
Oh, of course.
Oh, you mean bring it back from 2006?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's nearly as funny. I think it's because the writers. They're almost like a facsimile of what it was like before.
Right.
And I've always just felt like it was better spent on the other show.
Anyway, to answer Drawing Girl's question, some of them did say a boot. But it wasn't like straight up a boot. Like it was it made sense that it was like an accent
Oh,
But in
the
any
boot
case,
thing?
Yeah, the boot thing.
What are you talking about? I don't know. I still like the fast talking thing better.
Fast talking higher
Now, the important question. One more important question. Did they have an entire gap in their mouth so that way when they talked, it was just like this?
The flip top head?
Yes.
No,
he mentioned that already.
Flip top heads.
Oh, that's what you meant, flip top head. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, kick the baby.
Don't kick the goddamn baby.
Well, what's it? Yeah, Terrence and Phillip.
Yeah.
Yeah, blame Canada, right?
But yeah, had a good time.
That's good.
Walked around. Didn't buy a whole hell of a lot because I didn't have any Canadian money until the very end of the convention.
And then it's just like, yeah.
Well, no, it's like I won second place in one of the costume contests.
What were you dressed up as?
0.
Oh, just 0? Okay.
When you said you met up with someone, that's not the one that was dressed up like as Hanaya, was it?
As who?
Hanaya from Love Live. Remember the cosplayer?
Oh, no. No, she is from a different part of Canada.
Okay.
There are more than one. There is more than one girl in Canada that probably likes anime. Maybe I don't know. I'm just saying.
But yeah, it was a small convention.
Sometimes those can be really interesting, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Like sometimes you see the weirdest things at locals.
Yeah.
Like that I saw Rin Kokonoe.
Oh yeah,
cosplayer. Like that has to be the most what the fuck. Like, did I really just see that? It was one of those things where you do almost a triple take, where it's just like, huh? No way, huh? And then of course I told somebody I was going there about it, and he went into creep mode, and it was kind of like, I gotta find this person. And I was just like, you seem a little more excited about this than I'm comfortable with at this moment.
You seem just a little too excited.
Yeah, because this person actually looks like they're that age. Come on now. Let's keep things. Let's keep things in the legal area here.
Oh, there's a cosplayer I follow on Twitter, who I think she's 20, but she looks like about the most perfect Mayoi that you can imagine.
Does she have the giant backpack?
Yeah, and all that.
Of course.
Well, yeah, that's.
Can't be Mayoi without the giant backpack.
Without the backpack that weighs more than you do. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess we should probably have told people about the chat.
Possibly. So here's what you do. Go to She's Lost Control podcast. Hit up the upper right-hand corner, click that chat link. It'll bring you to a chat window. You put your nickname in the box, hit the button, and join us in the IRC channel. Alternatively, take your favorite IRC client, point it at irc.ryzen.net, we're in the pound or hash SLC media channel.
And then
in addition to that, you can hit us up in Twitter at TEAnubis, at VZMK2, at LazyErica00. And as always, you can get at us on the email at ntrradio@gmail.com.
And you could also do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around.
Turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll take a look. It's in a book.
Hokey pokey. That's cultural appropriation.
Do you think this is a game?
It's cultural appropriation.
That fucking ridiculous thing. Like whose idea was that?
To put DMX on
Reading Rainbow.
I don't know who, but they're a genius.
That was just like utterly absurd. Who found that? Was that Villainous?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
Sounds like something he would uncover.
Yeah,
it really does. But yeah, it's been pretty good. I mean, weather's They're kind of mad.
Actually, DZ, you might be interested in this. There, at that convention, there was a guy who had a big ass Soundwave costume,
right?
And he had he had speakers hooked up to it. I think they were in. I don't remember where they were in, but he had speakers wired into the costume and had a friggin' disco light on the shoulder cannon.
That's cool.
I was actually talking to my girlfriend earlier today about how when I was in grade school, you know how people did things in grade school that you really can't get away with now.
Oh, of course.
Or at least if you tried to, it would just be really awkward. Well, in this case, like while we were in class, like after we came in from recess or whatever, I was sitting there, and you know how people make fart noises under their arms? Well, I was able to do it between my knee. So I could do it without even freaking doing anything, pretty much, without anybody even seeing me do it. Because I had mastered it to where I could control. I can't do it anymore, but I could just like bend my leg at a certain angle and twist it and it would just like sound like someone cutting the cheese really loud. And I did this, and I blamed it on the girl in front of me. Like I just went, and I went, Amanda, Jesus. And like everybody started fucking laughing and shit. That was me being pretty mean. Yeah. Good times. Now if you tried to do that, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
You know, first off, why the fuck would you be in 6th grade at this age?
Oh, I was listening to a story earlier. You know the I don't subscribe, but you know the channel Too Long Didn't Read.
Yeah, I don't listen. I can't stand that guy's voice. I'll just be completely honest.
I like his voice.
Yeah, because it's
nothing personal. It just grates on me a little bit.
All right, but anyway, it was talking about a story where someone in the 90s, there was a gaming show in the 90s.
I remember this one.
Yes, and they basically, long story short, they wanted him to take the fall for his sister. Third take was the one that was used for the show, because that was the one where the sister beat in the game. Because they were talking about like how obviously it was a game thing, like how so basically what they're doing now they did even then.
But you didn't say what show it was. You just said it was a video game show. It was
some video game show in the UK.
Yeah, it was a video.
Okay.
It was a video game.
It's like Nintendo UK or.
Well, I said video game, and when I thought that would have implied that, I meant like a competition type show, because I said.
Well, like the Johnny Arcade thing.
Does
everybody remember that?
I grew up with the one. I grew up with the one Video Power. I forgot the one, but it was a.
Was it the one where? Go ahead.
It was the one where the kids, and these kids, by the way, looked like they played video games all day, because.
What were they, fat?
Yes, and this was the 90s.
So it was like sloth-like kids, like trying to do obstacle courses or something?
Exactly!
Oh, God!
Oh!
And,
we should totally buy that shit just for entertainment.
And, what is it? They were putting, like... I think they had, like, a Velcro thing on there.
Oh!
They had to put the games on there.
They had to take...
I remember that, because they would go through, like, those little, like, tunnels and shit, and...
Yes.
I totally know what you're talking about. I just never really remembered them being fat.
I just remember them being a little bit like
they, they look like the kid from Willy Wonka that doesn't do anything.
Like I said, they look like the type of kid that just plays video games all day. And this was the 90s, when even childhood obesity wasn't as
Like
It wasn't
they
a big
weren't
talking point.
considering banning Oreos.
Right, exactly. So and here, and then it was going on there. So, there was also, I remember the Game Pro show, like the magazine. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about. But back to Video Power, wasn't that the guy though? Johnny Arcade, wasn't he like the main dude?
That probably was. I would have
because like didn't he ask him questions and that were like, and they played like these like I can't think, preliminary type things to like see who would go on or whatever.
That again, I'm going on vague memory because all I remember was the competition. I also remember the cartoon they played, the one that had, it was kind of like similar premise to Captain N, but it was like B-list video game characters, B and C list.
Ooh,
like Quark, the tomato with the mohawk, the green mohawk.
This sounds absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
it was a one-shot Game Boy game only. Bigfoot.
That explains why nobody remembers it.
exactly.
Bigfoot, but not the ape, the monster truck.
Oh,
Sunday.
You'll pay for the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Like I said, it was like
you forgot to put the echo on that.
it wasn't even like B-list. It was like C-list video game characters. I don't remember what any of the others were. That's
at least there wasn't Truckosaurus Rex.
Well, again, it had to be something of a video game that was there.
I know that was just a throw out to the Simpsons.
Yeah. But it was like the same exact thing as like Captain N. Jesus, remember Captain?
Ooh, yeah, because he had the fucking zapper.
Yes.
And Mother Brain and all that shit.
Well, what I loved about Mother Brain in that show was the same voices from the movie Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yeah. The plant.
Yes.
Yeah. In any case, I think that might be a good breaking point.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, just to finish this out, I'm doing good work here, because the only Gundam the girlfriend has ever seen was Seed. That's a problem for me.
Well, it could have been worse. It could have been Seed Destiny or G Savior.
It was Seed and Seed Destiny, so that's a problem for me. So while we were there, we went. I rewatched and she watched for the first time the entirety of 0080.
Woot!
Nice.
Whole of 0080 and a little bit of Amagi Brilliant Park too.
What? Were there tissues involved? I don't mean for that. Fucking perverts.
No, not really. We were both tired.
Okay.
Yeah, we just straight ran all through 0080, and she enjoyed it. So that's good. We're up against the break. Keep it right here on NTR Radio. Hit not that button, but that button.
What does this button do?
And then hit that button.
Is it okay if I ask what she looks like on the break, or rather?
That's a better when we're not
okay
actually on here at all.
All right. So
that button.
What does this button do?
And then was it? Yes, it is that button.
Come on, Dee Dee, get with it.
Right, I'll be right back.
Side copy.
You get some Justice friends in here.
Yeah. Get the infraggable Kronk up in here.
The infraggable Kronk. I just love that intro.
Places, he has a potato chip stuck in his tooth.
I forgot about that. Yeah, but I love the intro. It's just like Major Glory.
And the infraggable Kronk.
He just like doesn't he just like shove their heads into the ceiling?
Yeah.
Like I'm going off memory here. It's just like it's like Johnny Bravo. Like he always said, they could not make that show now. I don't think they could. I think the current climate would make it to where it gets shut down. Or maybe I just think that.
I think the Justice Friends could work.
No, I meant Johnny Bravo.
Oh, Johnny Bravo? Hell no. No.
No, because they'd see that as like pickup artist shit.
Yeah, that'd be POA propaganda.
Yeah. Or speaking of that voice, POA propaganda.
I didn't even realize that went into that voice.
Yeah, it was just like
I think that's just the voice now that I go for
when you're trying to
mock an alarmist news report.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying is like a silver metallic disc has been collected by the army. Although that would be 40s, wouldn't it? Yeah, 47, right? That's when that supposedly occurred.
The Roswell thing? I think so.
Yeah, because for some reason that number is really sticking out. Because although, let's be honest, they could have probably come up with a better thing than a weather balloon. Come on. Really? No wonder.
Yes,
no,
1947.
No wonder people think it was bullshit. Yeah,
Here you go, John Girl in the RSC. Johnny Bravo was not a POA; he's just a moron.
Pretty much.
Like that was the whole.
That was the whole point because he got the shit.
That show. He's an idiot, and he tries to pick up girls all the time. That's it.
And he's never successful. He's as successful as Al Bundy.
Yeah, exactly. That show has two main points. Johnny Bravo tries to pick up women, and he's also stupid.
And he fails miserably. Although he did say one of my absolute all-time favorite lines in any cartoon ever, though. And no, not "Oh Mama." No, it's like when they were parodying Star Trek, and he's like, "Space. It's really big." I've never forgot that. I remember I'd always do that to people, and they'd always look at me like because they thought I was going to say the final frontier. And they just kind of look at me like, But then when I say that, they start laughing. Because I went there, good times. I was just thinking about this earlier today because I was talking about like Saturday morning cartoons and things like that with one of my buddies on the phone, and we were talking about how when they had the eye catches back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I mean they're not like anime ones, but we did have them.
Right.
It's just like so and so will be right back. It always had like them busting through the wall or some shit like that. It looked really fucking, stupid, but. I love the fact that there was a show called Two Stupid Dogs.
Two Stupid Dogs. Oh my, that. And that's another show ran off a really simple premise. There's two dogs, one's big, one's small, and they're both stupid.
And they also had that great line, "Oh, isn't that cute?
Cute.
But it's wrong!" I'm glad I'm not the only one who remembers this shit.
Two Stupid Dogs. Cartoon Network had some really strong shows back in the day. Well, really strong.
Years back in summer, they actually had a thing called June Bugs, where they played every episode of Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
That was the shit.
June Bugs. Well, I remember one time when there was some problem with the network, and all day they just replayed the same episode of, what was it? I think it was Woody Woodpecker.
Oh, jeez.
I think it was Woody Woodpecker.
Okay.
That's like that in of itself is fucking trollish. Wow. But like, yeah, when they first off, Yosemite Sam episodes were the best. Those were the ones that killed me. You having some problems there?
No.
No, I'm talking to Anubis.
B? No, I'm just typing the RC.
Oh, okay. And yeah, those always cracked me up, especially when they got political. like when they parody shit. Other.
What are you talking about?
Cartoons.
No.
Old school. Yeah, we're talking about old school Cartoon Network again.
Well, yeah, we were. Or how about what was it? I don't think it was. It wasn't on Cartoon Network, was it? The Flintstones incident.
Flintstones incident.
The porn incident.
I don't remember that one.
Well, yeah, I was interrupted by porn.
Oh, champ.
Yeah, because I think it was Jon Stewart who made a joke about it, like saying, like, you know, and the sounds of it were interrupted by Bert and Ernie frantically humping, or something fucking ridiculous like that. I don't know, but yeah, there. Fuck, I don't remember. It was one of those shows. Was it the Flintstones? Obviously, those were Sesame Street characters, but
Naturally.
I don't know. In any case, they used to have all these really fucking... You know another show that probably would never be able to be made today? Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly.
Well,
Ren and Stimpy, Cow and Chicken.
Well, they tried to do that adult version of Ren and Stimpy.
So they basically...
So Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so it was kind of like that to
That was not a kid's show.
Oh, no. It was gross, too.
Yeah, but they
was a disgusting
specifically marketed it. It was even called, like, a Ren and Stimpy adult party.
Okay, here's what. Does anyone remember What a Cartoon?
Yes, a bit.
That was that old Cartoon Network collection of shorts.
Yes.
It kind of gave rise to Powerpuff Girls and
Yes.
I think Dexter's Lab, and there was one cartoon on there that was sort of like the precursor to what became Family Guy.
Yes, there were two of them.
Wasn't it called like Larry and Steve or something?
Yes. And it was the same voices.
Yes.
Because it's Peter and the dog, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's who the main two characters are in that.
Also,
Yeah.
also, I remember there was a pilot and it's Glenn's voice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, there was
kind of like MTV's Liquid Television.
Yeah.
Where it had just like this animation showcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they had this one short on there. It was this worm that was pissed off about being stepped on by humans, and like it kind of had that really disgusting, unnerving Ren and Stimpy feel to it.
Yeah, like when they'd show close-ups of stuff and it'd just be fucking disgusting.
Exactly.
Then you'd just be like, ugh.
Yeah, that's kind of just on the way. That just is totally like the way out. The close-up, gross-up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. I mean, that was legitimately, and at times just legitimately disturbing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a 90s thing.
Tales of Worm Paranoia. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Speaking of Ren and Stimpy, there was one that I remember being really disturbing where he like gets sucked into his own belly button. Stimpy does. It is fucked up. Like I only saw it one time, and I remember after it was over thinking, "What the fuck did I just watch? Like, am I having a fever dream? What the hell is this?"
Watch the one. Is the Ren and Stimpy, the adult party one. Watch the one that's like Ren is disturbed or something, where it talks about like his childhood.
Dude, he was always fucking disturbed.
I know, but that was no.
was
That was the title of the title of the episode or something. Was like Ren is disturbed or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say we already knew that. Like, does anybody remember the Happy helmet?
And the whole thing was like him torturing like this caterpillar and like ripping its legs off.
Ooh. Well, how about like the Space Madness episode where
I remember that one.
Yeah, where he's just like going increasingly losing it, and he's like, "My ice cream bar." He's like got a thing of soap, like just losing his shit.
Just keep in mind, I didn't get like satellite until the late '90s, so I saw some of it. I just didn't. I didn't see a lot of Ren and Stimpy.
Right.
The Drawing Girl points out the one that disturbs me was the one when Ren contemplated murdering Stimpy. Yeah, it's the fan club one, if I'm not mistaken. Because he's sitting there just thinking like of all the people that love him, but like nobody talks about him at all.
But I do remember the Christmas one.
And he's just like one of the great statements from that. They think he's a god, but he is as mortal as we. You know, he just sounds really fucking demented. There's a Zeke Freak says there was that Rugrats episode where they thought babies came from belly button lint.
Oh yeah.
Show a glob of lint come out of a belly button, form into a person-like shape, and run around in the dark. That one was interesting. That's one thing I will say about that show, Rugrats. It was very creative at times.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed. I love the one where they were. God, we're such nerds. Talk about fucking Rugrats. Like, I love the one where the tree, all the apples fell on their fort that they made, and they thought the world ended.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then, like, because all the parents were, like, in the backyard, and, like, they thought everybody was gone. Jug was like that, too, at times. They'd have, like, these flights of fancy like that. It's usually him just, like, spazzing out and imagining like he's cool and he's not, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he thinks he's James Bond, you know, or as they called it in that, Smash Adams, or like that he's a rapper or some shit, you know. Quail Man, which I'm sorry, but Liberace
Quail
thinks
Man.
that's gay. Woo. He wore his underwear outside of his pants. Like, how can you justify this in any kind of superhero manner? Certainly not in terms of practical attire.
All right, one last point, and then we'll get to the second segment.
Okay.
Drawn Girl in the RSA brings up Chalk Zone. Okay, I can remember why this happened for other shows, but for some reason I don't know why, but after a while Chalk Zone started to really piss me off for some reason.
That's the name of the episode.
I don't get why. Because
Chalk Zone pisses the Numas off.
But it's like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends started to piss me off after a while, and I know exactly why. It's that fucking rabbit. That rabbit just ruins every bit of fun in that show.
Oh, the one with the British accent.
Hashtag Chalk Zone.
The Butler one, yeah.
Okay, let's get on this.
We didn't mention one show though. We probably should have, since we were talking about old cartoons. Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold. That was the show. I'll still go back and watch Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold's my shit.
The Mauve Storm.
The Mauve Storm.
It's like.
See, I'm gonna be honest. I was more into Cartoon Network than the Nickelodeon stuff, with one exception. Here. With one exception, Rocco's Modern Life.
That was a hoot.
That was a hoot. All right, let's get on the second segment before we.
Yeah, because we'll be making this whole thing about this. Yeah.
All right. Ready on second segment.
Yes.
Indeed.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to NTR Radio. So I regret to inform everyone that this is going to be the last episode of NTR Radio because Yamakan came down from the heavens and declared anime dead.
He's just mad Wake Up Girls went to poop.
2014 gamers are dead. 2016 anime is dead.
Anime is dead.
It's and somewhere Miyazaki is like clicking his heels.
So freaking Miyazaki and Toshio Okada and Yamakan can all link arms and skip off into the sunset, knowing that anime is dead, that otaku is dead.
Also, Mamoru Oshii,
because
don't
they
forget.
said so. Mamoru Oshii said that?
I know.
Yeah, but didn't he say that a long time ago, though?
A lot of these type of people say that. It's like.
But note that most of these people have not really done anything recently.
No.
Well,
no.
except for Yamakan. And here's my thing. And I'm gonna go into this article. Anime News Network, 2016, October 1st. Anime director Yamakan declares anime dead. The title enough is a joke.
You're not Nietzsche saying God is dead. Just come on.
Anime director Yutaka Yamakan Yamamoto caused a bit of a stir in July when he proclaimed at an event in Osaka that anime is dead. He was influenced by Toshio Otaking Okada, a former Gainax staffer and cultural commentator, who earlier pronounced otaku is dead. On September 27th, Okada and Yamamoto sat down for a conversation at which the latter explained what he meant. While Okada meant that generational differences among otaku were fracturing the tribal mentality that distinguished the subculture, Yamamoto stressed that the end of anime was a more personal thing for him. Quote, anime has steadily moved the opposite way from what I do, unquote. He feels that, get this, he feels that moe is, quote, becoming fascist, unquote, in the sense that its direction is controlled by unwritten rules. Quote, don't show panties. Showing panties is in line with male desires, so let's show them, unquote. Yamamoto prefers to operate by his own rules, but gets criticism when he does so and claims he, quote, can't handle the times, unquote.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It sounds like it's not that he can't handle the times. It sounds like he can't handle criticism.
Sounds like he can't cut it. That too.
Well, the last thing, he hasn't actually done much other. The last thing he did was those Wake Up Girls movies.
What? And to be really, really fair, that it's a lot better than Okada, who the last thing Okada did was in 1991, and then he comes out in 2008 with this book declaring otaku dead, and then he's in 2014 talking shit on Reconquista and talking shit on Yoshiki Tomino when he hasn't made a thing since 91.
Yeah,
he left the industry in 92, comes back a decade plus later to declare stuff dead. And my question is, what have you done to prevent this from moving in a direction you don't want it to move in?
Well, here we go. Anime is dead, and otaku killed it. You killed anime, you assholes. A pox on your moe.
Okay, so I want to get a few things into some sort of schematics or whatever. All right, so Yamakan, full name Yutaka Yamamoto, but he goes by the name Yamakan.
Also known as Broke.
Well, now. Okay. You know Haruhi Yukai, the end for Haruhi.
Yeah. I know that entire dance by heart.
Yes, that was his thing. That like he directed that. You know, and he also directed the opening for Lucky Star, and the first 4 episodes. He did that too. So the man does.
If there's anyone to blame for Moe being fascist, it's that guy.
Exactly, but also Kanagi Crazy Shrine Maiden. It's a great show that I highly recommend. But on the virtue that was not that I was just totally adapting the manga.
Yeah, that wasn't his original work.
Yeah, that was just the straight of the.
To be fair, he actually does better when he's doing that.
Yeah,
well, that's what I said.
Well, it's because he doesn't have free reign to put
Just to fuck things up.
to put dumb shit in his anime.
When he was adapting stuff, he was actually really good. It's when he was coming up with original ideas for show that it's like it kind of shows itself, like Wake Up Girls.
Yeah, like Wake Up Girls. I was just about to do that.
Yeah. I'm looking at this. I actually remember this. The show. It's actually says canceled OVA. Tonari no 801-chan R. That was. And by the way, 801 is a slang for yaoi.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you what this was a show that the premise was going to be like about a Fujoshi who, when she gets into her Fujoshi mode, she becomes like a cute little monster. Like a cute little monster comes out of something. But this is the thing. It was a show that Kyoani was gonna do, but for some reason didn't. It got canceled. But all that came out was a little promo thing done by A1 Pictures. Yeah, it says here A1 Pictures production assistants order, which is Yamakan's studio. Which I wonder what Yamakan's gonna do now that it's studio. Because
set it on fire and collect the insurance money.
Yeah, looking at their stuff, they might as well, because they really haven't put out that much. I'm looking at it, most of these things are like production assistants. The one that's like main animation production is Wake Up Girls.
Yeah.
So yeah,
which, this is the dark side of idols. Woo.
Well,
here's my thing about Wake Up Girls, and here's why I just wasn't up on the concept. It's like jumping on the idol anime trend, but trying to go in that direction with it. Like, that's not what to me. That's not what idol anime is.
Well, I would have been fine, like, if it went all the way out, like sort of Perfect Blue.
I was just gonna say we already have Perfect Blue though,
but it kind of like wants to have its cake and eat it too, where it wants to do the darker and edgier, but we're gonna have the girls still be, cute, and there's gonna be some cute moments, and each girl corresponds to a different animal, because And
then after they do their show, they go in the bathroom and they shoot up heroin and
naturally. But yeah, like that's my point. It's like
blow Japanese businessmen in a stall.
It's like I don't consider Perfect Blue to be an idol anime. Not in the same way that
like this is no.
Yeah, not in the same way that Idol Master or Love Live is.
Yeah, Zeke Freak says it's not really idol anime, but dark. It was more of an idol anime, but grounded in reality. Yeah, that's
Well, no, that's the point. Idol anime, the genre, isn't grounded in reality. It's idealized. It's an idealized genre.
Wait, Cuban the Third says, "Her Wake Up Girls Zoo." Yeah. We call that damage control. Wake Up Girls damage control. It's like, I'm gonna rip off Poochie Mask.
Exactly.
Can't we all just get along and watch Super Sonico?
That's my whole thing with Wake Up Girls. But the thing is, I respect that he was still trying to change the paradigm. He didn't do a good job at it, but he tried. Not like Okada, who hasn't tried to change a single paradigm since 91, that comes in 2008 declaring otaku dead, as if he's in any position to do so, because he hasn't contributed meaningfully to the medium or to the community since 91, comes back in 2014 talking shit on his contemporaries as if he's in any position to do so, not having created anything since 91. Yoshiki Tomino's been creating since before that, and he's been creating since before Okada had started where he was, and now long after Okada has left his position. So I don't know what Okada's talking about when he's talking when he's talking Tamino.
He just saw Brave powered. Or brain powered, not brave.
Well, you know what? At least Tamino's making something.
Well, and that's just that. These kind of things almost remind you of like drive-by commentary. Just like, your shit sucks, and then they just go away forever.
It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I get that you don't think much of what Tamino's doing with Rico and Gista. What are you doing?
Oh, so but anyway, the fucking thread that went on.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I looked a little bit, and I think I know which one you're gonna read because.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this. I had to just take a pic of this and post it on Twitter. Okay. This dude is kind of right. There's too much moe nowadays. If you look back at anime like Ninja Scrolls with an S, extra S. Yeah.
Ninja Scrolls. It's like Elder Scrolls. It's a video game franchise.
Vampire Hunter D, Ghost in the Shell, etc. Those were the best of hardcore anime from the 80s and 90s.
Hardcore anime.
2000s rolled around and anime had become more popular. Anime started marketing itself towards kids and teenagers.
It was always marketed that way, you moron.
Wait. Gone are the days of mature adult anime and in with mostly family-friendly stuff.
Oh, whoa.
Wait.
Random.
Well, okay. Now I realize that the German government claims Strike Witches is family-friendly.
No, that was the Japanese.
Yeah, that was the Japanese government.
I just said that. The Japanese government.
You said German.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the word? Okay.
Don't worry, I got you.
The German government sure as fuck didn't. They might not be too kindly happy about their
about their portrayal in Strike Witches.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. But if you've ever watched it, don't think you're going to think that. Not only that,
okay, guys, you don't get it. This person's an idiot.
Well, I know he's an idiot, but
you're trying to make sense of it, and
I know
it can't be made sense of because this person is just stupid. It's gotten to a point where I can't even engage with these points now at a level of mockery because it's just dumb.
Well,
if you know anything about anime, if you know anything about this medium that you purport to know shit about, then you would know that
anime was so mature.
It's always been this way. It's always been this way.
But first off, you're calling Vampire Hunter D mature? Like, have you seen
or Ninja Scrolls?
Or Ninja Scroll?
Ninja Scrolls, which isn't an anime. We're talking about Ninja Scroll with
not
no
only
S,
that,
no
but
plural.
as far as I know, Ninja Scroll was more popular here than there.
That's the point.
I've never heard anybody from there talk about that.
All the stuff he's talking about is popular here.
Which doesn't matter.
That's why this person's an idiot. He thinks that the popular anime here is popular everywhere, especially in Japan.
Yeah, how was those Red Line sales?
It's all
exactly. How's that Red Line? How's those Flowers of Evil sales going?
It's all those. It was all those Karajiri things that were way
0,000 Club.
It's like, please, could somebody have their head more in the clouds?
Can somebody have their head more in the dirt?
It was marketed towards kids and teenagers. Wow.
Could you possibly dig your head further into that permafrost where you legitimately think that these were even the major anime in those eras?
I bet
Ghost in the Shell. Where is Evangelion?
I bet that guy's one of those people who ever see like those manga entertainment promos.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like
unfortunately.
you know the people that can't even pronounce manga correctly,
Manga.
which makes me wince every time.
And it has like the rock music that's like
Fucking
not
like like the Celtic Frost riff.
That's not from any anime.
Yes, and it's like it makes it more hardcore than what
it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, these are people that when they were kind of inundated with this shit through stuff that was outlier. I mean, like,
and that's the thing. It's these people, they don't realize that the stuff that they really grew up in this fandom with were outliers in their own eras.
From their own country.
Not only were they products of previous eras of anime, there were outliers within those eras. The majority of anime within the 80s, 90s, and 70s, number one, we forgot all of them because they were all that mid-level thing that doesn't really have that kind of longevity. How many mid-level super robot anime from the 70s do we remember?
Well, some of it was mid-level, but some of it was popular in Japan. It's just it never was brought over. So, of course, they have no way of knowing what Guy King is, except for unless you grew up.
Guy King. Oh, if you don't know what Guy King is, and you're trying to talk about anime, like real life talk about anime, I'm going to question. Especially if you're trying to talk about previous eras of anime, like old school anime, and you don't know what Guy King is, I'm gonna question your level of knowledge. You might still have a high level of knowledge, but I'm gonna question why you don't know what Guy King is, because we all have the internet. This guy's posting on internet forum. We know he has the internet. We don't ask questions
if you don't know what like Diaplon is, because
well, you got to realize is these people are probably more casual viewers, and so
exactly. But again,
okay, if you're more then I'm sorry. If you're a more casual viewer, do not overestimate your level of knowledge.
Then your opinion in this isn't probably going to hold much weight to these people.
I'm not even gonna go that far. Just don't overestimate your level of knowledge. Don't assume you know shit if you don't take the time to do some research.
Yeah, but looking up shit is hard apparently. Even though
no, it's not. I'm not gonna take that excuse. It's not hard.
I'm not saying I
know you're not saying
Anubis,
but that's my thing. It's not hard.
Anubis, you got to do the voice. You know about things being hard.
I look all this stuff, but it's really hard. I have to go to Google and I have to use my keyboard and type in things. It's too much work. It's really hard.
It almost sounds like you're trying to do the Stewie voice, where he goes up high.
Where he goes up higher.
Like every time he says a point, it actually goes up almost an octave or whatever.
Look at research is a little hard. You can find out the information that you need to find out.
And like,
gonna skip your points even though you don't actually know what you're talking about.
You'll do fine.
But no, this person's on ANN. They have an encyclopedia.
Yeah, they're on a place that has a show fucking glossary.
You're on the website with the encyclopedia of anime. Use your resources, please.
But apparently, history of anime.
You know who this reminds me of? This reminds me of the kid that when they have to write a term paper, they don't source their shit, and then they get yelled at, and then throw a fit about it. Like you know exactly, I think, what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Somebody who doesn't provide any sources for what they're saying, and then when they're called on it, they act like what?
It's not even that. It's people who. Not even that, like, they didn't provide any sources. They didn't even look up anything. They just wrote a paper straight off the top of the dome on a subject they know nothing about, or on a subject they have grossly overestimated their level of knowledge about.
Holy shit, I just heard gunfire. I'm not even kidding.
Living in the post-apocalyptic world, K-Gods. But no, and that's the reason I can't engage with this kind of. I'm hesitant to call it a discussion, but I can't engage with this kind of commentary past a level of mockery, because there's no excuse. If you're going to engage in trying to engage in a dialogue about anime, there's no excuse to be that dumb about it.
Which, by the way, that this isn't necessarily anime specific, but there is one. This does remind me of a phrase I keep seeing about a lot of things, and it just makes me want to rip out my own teeth. And that's, I'm just trying to start a dialogue.
Oh, wait. I got to read this. I got to read this comment. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read this bottom thing. Okay.
All right.
The bottom line is, I'm not an otaku. I'm just a dude who likes animation in general, and one day happened to discover that Japan makes a lot of really good examples of it. So when I see this big chunk of shows every season that are hyper-focused on courting an audience I don't identify with in the least, I find it very discouraging. Then don't watch
Dude,
it!
it's not even that for you.
You're level 1 fan, which is fine. Because I feel like I have to emphasize every time, when I do the level 1, level 2, level 3 fan sort of thing, that is not a value judgment. That is an observation of the way people engage with media. All right? This person's a level 1 fan. They like things that happen to be anime. And they said it themselves. They're a fan of general animation. There's a lot of things. Anime makes a lot of things that they like, but they're a fan of general animation, which is fine. But don't then expect the medium to cater personally to like
level of entitlement is like out of control.
That's wild to me.
It reminds me that
it's like it's coming from outer space to me, because I don't understand where people get off jumping into something and then immediately and having an expectation that it's always going to cater to them, or like Beezy, read back that last part where it's like, oh well, when I see a lot of stuff that's catered to people that aren't me, read that back to me, because I'm curious if I heard that correctly.
I think he broke his brain.
Yeah, so when I see this big chunk of shows every season that are hyper-focused on courting an audience I don't identify with in the least, I find it very disconcerting.
Why?
Disconcerting.
Disconcerting? Yeah. Why?
Disconcerting?
Yes.
There's no reason to be disconcerted by that.
First off, why the fuck do you identify? Like, why does it have to identify with you?
Okay, here's to put this in perspective. There are a few JRPGs I am super pumped for. Lunar 2 Eternal Blue, 100%. Down. Cool game. Love it. Fantasy Star Online, on point. Final Fantasy 9, amazing. But if I'm gonna roll up now and condemn the medium because I'm not a particular fan of Final Fantasy 8, or I'm not a particular fan of, I don't know, Breath of Fire 3 or whatnot, because those cater to different audiences than me. They're not catering specifically to who I am. That's going to be disconcerting. Give me a break. It's ridiculous.
How much more dick sucking do you need?
Oh, can I read you this one? Can I read?
Wait. No, here's. You know what this reminds me of? That jackass who says that Japan needs to make things for us because there's more of us.
Bingo.
Yes.
It is ridiculously self-serving logic. And they try to dress it up so it's something that sort of makes sense in that way, when in reality they really just want more stuff for themselves.
Just want to get their dicks wet.
Okay.
And
okay.
for some reason, it has to be anime.
Yeah, I have to read this. Then I want to go off on a sort of different. Okay.
Tangent?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do
Well,
that.
slightly. You'll see. Okay. This guy goes, nah, you're right. Anime is dead. Is underlined, by the way. In terms of quality, at least. The volume of them is increasing, but the material and writing is being degraded. The storytelling of the 90s and 2000s are gone, along with shows that generally have message or life lesson to convey. These days, we get an overabundance of moe and slice of life crap about nothing. Over sexualization of everything in all entertainment, not just in anime, and the overall lack of engaging stories. What is it with these people and story?
Okay, VZ,
story.
I can
First off,
explain
read a
this to you.
book, dude.
Well, I can explain this. They have a very traditionalist mindset, a very traditionalist critical mindset based in literature where everything has to serve the story. Because in literature, the story is all you have, really. The writing must serve the story.
So
that's basically it. But
So-
when we have evolved paradigms since then, because we've gotten film and we've gotten animation, we've gotten TV serials and whatnot, we've gotten manga and comic books and all that kind of stuff, but these people have not evolved their paradigm to adapt to these different methods of presenting art.
So these characters. So if the creators, we're gonna put this character and she has big boobs for no reason other than we just want this character to have big boobs.
What? So they're gay?
And
No, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, but
but see, there was complaint like, why does this character have to be this, look like this if it doesn't serve? And I'd be like, because they just wanted it. It's what they like.
It's actually a really interesting point that we're bringing up now, because the Wave Motion Canon blog a couple weeks ago did an entire article on and they presented this as a dichotomy for good reason: visuals versus narrative, and which is more important. And
I don't get these.
As far as anime goes, I can't really get on board with the idea that story is the be-all end-all.
It's like it's always about story. It's not even. They're not even talking about characters. If you could say I like anime because I like these characters, but it's always about story. It's always about story. You know,
which to me, if the story is your jam, which is fine, there are other mediums like that are specifically much more catering to this.
And as far as anime that used to have a lesson, what about the metric ton?
Well, how about the fact that we don't fucking live under fucking Reagan anymore?
How about the
with the fucking PSAs and shit.
Yes.
Well, here's the message on a lot of these anime. You ready for the message? Here you go. The message behind Strike Witches. Buy figures.
The message of I don't know.
The message behind Gundam Unicorn. Buy models.
Buy the models. Yeah. Same thing for.
If these people want a message so bad, yeah, these shows have messages.
But that's
buy the figures, buy the models.
That's
buy the game, buy the light novel, buy the manga.
But that's capitalism, consumerism, and I'm a Marxist, and I have the Che Guevara T-shirt, and
yeah.
You know what? If it's capitalism, it's consumerism. Good, because that's how we get more anime, you idiots.
Because anime,
fuck you. Go live in a place that doesn't abide by that shit.
They do it for the art. They don't do it for the people.
They never have you, moron.
They're just selling out.
I'm cool in the gang with
no.
people going around and doing anime for the art. That's
Well,
cool.
Should we point
Amazing.
out that
And I want people to continue doing that, but we're not going to get there unless people are allowed to make stuff that makes money. And we're certainly not going to get there with idiots like Yamakan going around and declaring anime dead. It's dead, everyone.
Well,
Last episode of NTR Radio, because anime is dead now, because not everyone is in the medium, and the majority of people in the industry aren't making anime like he is.
Well, should we point out the fact that towards the beginning of anime, it was largely war propaganda?
Hey,
there you go.
Let's
the lesson of
okay. So we've shifted from imperialism to consumerism. And you know what? I think that's a positive shift. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I might be stepping over the line on saying this, but I think going from fascist imperialism to capitalism and consumerism that's a positive shift. That's a step in the right direction.
Typical 11.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad you got that. Fucking 11s.
Jesus, but it's like no. Can we please get off of this obsession with story?
Well, not only that, but here's the other thing.
And it's not even that I have a problem with a focus on story. My issue is it cuts off other avenues of discussion. Because when you get so caught up in talking about, oh, well, what's the story? Or what message is this trying to say? Or how does this serve the story? You fly directly over the value of a lot of these other aspects of anime. And here's my real problem with this focus on story, is that when you have this focus on narrative, when you have this focus on how does this serve the story, how does this serve the overarching narrative, you inevitably write off a huge swath of the medium of anime, because there's a whole lot of anime that is very narrative light by design.
Well,
so that's the reason that for a long time, and to a certain extent continuing, people just wrote off shows like K-On! Because they don't really have a story. They don't really have an overarching plot narrative that is following throughout the entire show. So so you can ask, oh, well, okay, how does this visual thing serve the story? But you're not going to get an answer, because it's not there to serve the story. It's there to serve a theme. It's there to serve a feeling. It's there to serve a tone. But there's no story. So we can't talk about any of that because we're so wrapped up in talking about story. I'm sick and tired of talking about story. Especially when we're talking about a show that's very narrative light by design.
I'm about to overload my aggression inhibitors.
Should we point out? I totally biffed and forgot what I was going to say.
Hey, I got to drop in for that.
Mission failed.
Yeah.
Delayed reaction.
I gotta find this other comment. By someone who actually has a brain.
Oh, cool. So I won't get mad at this one like I got mad at the last three.
Okay. It's not dead. It's dead by your narrow-minded and subjective worldview. Also, no one get what Moe is? We're arguing amongst each other when we can't even settle on the standard definition of Moe is, and we have people thinking that Moe is all about slice-of-life romantic comedies. People complain about fans not being critical enough when they themselves refuse to actually try to understand Moe before demonizing it.
The only people who have trouble understanding what Moe is are the people who hate it. The people who
it's a catch-all word.
Irrationally
Term for shit they don't like.
Yeah, exactly. The people who irrationally dislike it, and for that reason refuse to engage with it and refuse to engage in an earnest discussion about it.
So in any case,
Siegfried in the IRC, Anubis. I think you're just tired of these people's definition of story. No, I'm tired of the focus on story. I would like to have a conversation about tone, about mood, about all these other things.
Character.
About character, about the visuals, about sound design, about all these other elements.
Character design.
We can't do that when everyone is focused on how does this serve the story. So if we take story out of the equation, then all of a sudden we have this entire world. We have this ecosystem of various elements, and we can examine them all as they exist and not have to draw each and every one of them back to how does this serve the story.
Hey, no, but what's the life lesson of Photokano?
Dick and bimbos? I don't know.
It's okay.
Women look good. I don't know.
It's okay to take pictures.
Let's go.
Girls like having their picture taken. It's
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Siegfried in the RC, but you can have tone, character design, animation, mood, music, etc., and not disregard the potential for a plotline. And I understand that, but you don't understand Siegfried. We're dealing with stupid people who are obsessed with story when there is so much other. And I say stupid people because I'm kind of worked up right now. I don't really mean they're stupid, but what I'm saying is, we have people who are so obsessed with drawing everything back to the story that they can't help it. They can't help it because they have come up in this very, very traditionalist, literature-fed, critical perspective. They can't help but draw everything back to the story. So I want to eliminate that so that we can even have that discussion.
Don't forget these same people tend to be the Sturgeon's Law individuals.
Here's the thing. Here VZ, go ahead, because this is obviously going to bring up Sturgeon's Law, and this is going to go into an entire other problem I have with these people's perspective.
Oh no, I wasn't going to say anything. You could.
Oh, okay. So here's my thing. A lot of these people, in addition to the traditionalist perspective that focuses on story, subscribe to a lot of very arbitrary rules about criticism created by other critics. So I'm talking about this is partially my perspective. So this might be just me, but I'm against the idea of hard and fast rules in art. I'm like show don't tell, that rule that people keep going to. I don't like that. I don't like rules. I don't like. I think art is the thing we least need systems in this world. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you're saying what I think. Rules are for plebes.
Well, it's not. It's like, if art is supposed to be the ultimate personal expression of an individual or the ultimate personal expression of a team of individuals, then doesn't having rules in that, isn't that counterproductive?
Not only that, but rules that are pretty much placed upon them by, that should be. I think things should not go outside of this realm.
Exactly.
Or this and that. And I've always thought that was kind of weird because, like you said, if these things are supposed to be kind of expressions of however you want to think of the person, the soul, whatever, why would you put rules that somebody else made on yourself? And why would you even abide by them?
Yeah, it's like a lot of these people with this.
I mean, it's not like Monopoly.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of these people with this traditionalist critical perspective subscribe to a lot of arbitrary rules created by other critics, and I don't understand why. I don't understand this hard and fast adherence to Sturgeon's law. Because I remember I dared to question Sturgeon's law years ago on the anime forum, on the ANN forums.
Oh boy!
And it's like
did the brain just shut off?
I couldn't get through to anyone because it's like, oh, do people mean this literally or not? Because if you do mean it literally, then you're wrong, and if you don't mean it literally, then why are you saying what you don't mean? And I couldn't get through to anyone because they adhered to these strictly adhere to these stupid rules for no reason. Same thing with Death of the Author. Can anyone explain to me the purpose of Death of the Author? Anyone? I don't get how that helps us. Because and the reason is because I think it's a very interesting discussion to explore the creator's mindset and explore what the creator has in their mind when they're creating whatever they're doing. And I don't see the purpose in cutting off that discussion by saying no, the creator's perspective doesn't matter when we're critiquing. The only way I see that being an advantage is for narcissistic critics who believe
they know better than the person who made it.
Well, they think because it gives criticism value in that way. False value, but value nonetheless.
Yeah, it's like it almost reminds me of this scene from this really stupid movie. It's a fun movie called Heavyweights.
Oh yeah.
Where they're announcing on the thing. It's like the key word today is value. Do you have any? No. No, you're a duty head. You know.
I almost feel like Nubis, you should just go back into the A&N comment and comment on some.
I don't know. I have a feeling he would get banned.
I keep seeing comment threads where I'm like, no, these people need some Jesus, but I can't do it anymore. I can only take so much.
Like it's like you're breaking my brain.
I can only take so much shouting into the ether.
Yeah,
it's
like,
not having anyone internalize anything I'm saying.
It's like
regardless of how sense it makes.
It's like you've got these PSI levels in your head that are about to hit like breaking point.
He's going. He's going.
Like, it's like just like I am 5 minutes away and a car horn honk from having an aneurysm.
Exactly.
Heat level critical.
I would be Zeke. I would be banned on site. I'm sure. Given how very opinionated and open you are about it, yeah, probably. They do not value free speech there.
Oh, you can't even type up SJW.
Oh yeah.
No, they have a word filter.
Oh,
yes,
and also trap.
Yep, trap as well.
Somebody should put that in their fucking name.
Trap SJW.
Yeah, because then like every time they ever post, it would fuck with the word filter. Like some troll like Jim or somebody should totally do that.
But like maybe like trap JW or something. Oh no. Phonetically spell SJW like.
Yeah,
like SAY. Yeah.
ESSSAYSJ.
Yeah. ESSJ.
Y DOUBLE-U.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. You'd get banned immediately for fucking with the word filter, but it'd still be funny.
Because
here's what you do. You type up your post and have it ready to go as soon as you have your account, and then paste something, and then it'll still get through beforehand. Assuming it works in a more automated,
But yeah, there are points in time where I'm looking at it and like I should get myself involved in this, but I don't have the patience anymore.
I don't
Because
blame you, but
You remind me of the grizzled fucking old man who's like, I just can't deal with the fucking idiots anymore.
I can't do it because and it's like I said before. At a certain point, I can't engage with this on a level above mockery. Because at this point, it's just so stupid. Nobody has an excuse
But then again,
to be this dumb about anime, especially on the anime forums, because you got the encyclopedia right there.
oh,
what are you doing?
But you've got these. This is, I think, why it's so bad. Because anime forums are just a microcosm of a bigger problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even an anime problem. It's not even a forum problem. If you look at the news, you have people scared of a fucking frog. You can't tell me we have a problem.
So
and what's funny is a couple of days before they did an article saying like how the sale of anime in Japan,
it's like up 13% or some shit.
Yeah, it's like 12%. Yeah.
That's some
12% in 2015.
Anime sure is doing bad.
Anime's dying, everyone. The industry's up 12%. Anime's dying.
That's some Easter level shit going on there.
Oh, like this was surreal. Like 2 days after I had just gotten done gloating about this report of the anime industry being up, after decades. A decade plus of Moe is killing anime rhetoric, we get this report that the anime industry was up 12% in 2015. 2 days after that, we get this other report about Yamakan saying anime is dead. And I'm like, didn't you read Anime News Network 2 days ago, Yamakan? Yeah, anime's fine. It's like this is the world we live in. Like this is the post-apartheid world, ladies and gentlemen. Where we get the report that anime is up 12%. Industry market value estimated at 1.83 trillion yen. Trillion with a T.
See, they'll complain like, "Oh, that's because the otaku, they buy."
Yes.
Well, I've got some.
That's the exact reason, VZ. Yes. That's the reason, and you know what? That isn't going to change. You're not going to shame a market that's okay with spending $200-something on anime figures.
You're also
sorry. It's not going to happen.
Then they complain about the prices.
Well, it's not even that. You also can't shame a demographic that's willing to buy a girl squatting on a toilet.
Yep.
I mean, think about this for a minute.
You can't fuck with the toilet chain demographic. You cannot.
I think we need to make this a thing. We need to make this a thing. The toilet chan demographic. That's just gonna be like our word for people who will buy anything.
That's got to be in the next Nan magazine, by the way. Just show off that figure. Just say
the toilet chan. Well, here's what I'm doing. In Yan magazine, I've started making like 2-page spread ads for Shin Akiba. I did one in the latest one, and I'm probably gonna do one with Toilet Chan at some point. It's gonna happen.
What you should do for a marketing idea?
I like how I call her Toilet Chan. She has a name. It's Toko.
I think Toilet Chan is more fitting. No. What you need to do is
gonna get mad at me because I'm not using her name.
No, you'll have these like this 2-page.
in it.
You got these 2-page spreads in your magazine, and it has like a girl's legs just like one on each side, and like up the middle, it's like buy here or I don't know. I think I'm better off pitching ideas to like Hustler or something.
But that's my point. You're not going to stop that demographic.
No.
So,
and if you think you are, you must have the brain of a dingleberry.
And I don't. Instead of trying to push these people into the dark corner, instead of trying to actively discourage fan behavior that they've done nothing wrong but do something you find personally distasteful. They've done absolutely nothing wrong. But instead of trying to stop those people, why don't we instead promote active fandom of the stuff that we have, of the stuff that we do like over here? But and so like I and like every time this happens, I say this, but nobody listens to me. What happened with Redline? What happened with Kids on the Slope? What happened with Flowers of Evil? What happened with Space Dandy? Where is Space Dandy?
I actually did see one picture of it recently.
One, exactly. I don't want to be right about this. I really don't. But all I do is I stick my finger in my mouth.
I did not think you were going there, man. I thought you were going to say something very different.
I stick my finger in my mouth, see which way the wind is blowing, and I say the wind is blowing that way, and people still bet against me.
I thought you were totally going to say I stick my finger up my butt.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure they'll complain like, but now why does Sword Art Online get a movie?
Hey,
yeah, but that's another thing.
Sword Art Online gets a movie VZ because people supported it. Because people spent their money on it, and by way of spending their money on it, they said, I want more of this. So we get the Sword Art Online movie. It's the same reason we're getting more Strike Witches, quite frankly. Because Strike Witches obviously proved to be popular. And popularity says, you know what, I want more of this. It's the reason I'm so done with people who immediately decry the use of sales numbers in arguments. Sales numbers say something. I get that there's this argument that you can't judge quality by sales numbers, but the fact is nobody's saying that.
No, I mean, no. I mean, like, because if you did, you'd have to say Limp Bizkit has quality.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all know that's a lie.
That's a lie.
I mean, but there actually was, and I think I saw it on Encyclopedia Dramatica. They called it the Limp Bizkit effect, which I was like, what in the fuck is this? And it was basically clicking on it saying that, you know, sales don't matter or aren't indicators of quality, et cetera, et cetera.
I thought that was like the Twilight factor because, you know,
people call it various things based on what's popular at the time.
And it's like, yeah, but they sold millions of records, so some people are buying that shit. But
then they'll sit there and they'll be like, yeah, but that just shows that the culture is being more degenerate and going down, you know.
Degenerate.
Well, here's the
like, what are you people, fucking like homemakers from the 50s?
Yeah, I feel like anytime someone says the word degenerate, I picture like a nobleman from like the 1840s, like it's degenerate.
Well, I'm thinking like guys from the 50s with slick haircuts and pipes and slippers. Yeah, like thinking like, yeah, all these juvenile delinquents are degenerate. You know, what is all this malarkey?
All these vagrants.
What's this Sword Art Online I've been hearing about?
Oh, yeah, masturbating hobo.
In my day, we had real anime, like Ninja Scrolls.
Hardcore anime.
Hardcore anime.
Like Ninja Scrolls and Vampire Hunter D and Ghost in the Shell.
But that's my point, is that they do not indicate quality. Sales numbers do not indicate quality, but they mean that the show did something right. And it's worth talking about what that show did right. And that's a recurring theme that I'm coming back to is people just cutting off avenues of discussion, and I feel like it's because it might say something that that discussion might evolve into something that people don't want to accept, like Strike Witches did something right, and that's why it got 2 seasons, an OVA series and a movie, and another season coming soon. That they might not want to accept that Sword Art Online did something right, and that's why we're getting a film coming out. Like they might not want to they might not want to understand that there are measures of value and quality that are measurable and quantifiable.
Well, I think the reason people get weird about that is because then they're forced to kind of compete in the meritocracy thing.
Well, yeah, they're forced to realize
acknowledge that's a thing.
They're forced to acknowledge that the stuff that they like hasn't succeeded in doing that. They're forced to acknowledge that the Flowers of Evil is in the 0,000 club.
Yeah, but everyone has stuff that they're into that isn't. That's you gotta accept that.
Oh, what? Yeah, and here's the thing, VZ. Some of us have accepted that. I've accepted that.
Yeah, Stella.
I've accepted that Stella is also in the 0,000 club, hanging out with Flowers of Evil. I understand that. I've accepted that, but here's the difference between people like us and people like those people. I'm still advocating that people watch Stella Women's Academy. I did an article in the latest Neon the magazine about Stella Women's Academy and how it's this really spot-on portrayal of how airsoft is done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still, regardless of the fact that it did very, very, very poorly, I'm still out advocating people watch it because it's a good show. Because understood, it's a nuanced point. Understood that sales numbers do equal this show did something right, but it is possible to do things right outside of having good sales, and it's possible to do things right and still sell poorly. We understand that sales numbers mean they did something right, but it still might be a good show regardless. And if people think Flowers of Evil is a good show, it is incumbent upon them. They have a responsibility to make sure that people get out there and watch the show. They have a responsibility to do that. Because if they believe that the show is quality, then they should be out there evangelizing the show. There's no excuse for them not to do that. If they do indeed think that show is quality. Now we can get into a discussion about whether they really and truly think the show is a good show, or whether they are jumping on a sort of bandwagon about this show is breaking this mold in this way that I enjoy, so I'm obligated to like it, or I'm obligated to throw my weight behind it because it's breaking this paradigm that I don't like.
Or it has the right politics.
I think it's a little of everything that they believe with that, because a lot of these people also believe, like, remember when like people were touting Redline as like the next Akira, meaning that it's good.
So it means it'll do okay here, but it will never be heard from again there.
It'll be this thing that will like become like a groundbreaker, like get people.
Talk about missing
anime.
the point that was a product of its time.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen again in that way.
Oh, I know.
Akira, even in terms of Akira being a classic film here, here's the thing: they could have made that happen. They could have made that happen. They could have made that show, that movie, the next Akira, in terms of it being that a quintessential classic anime film, at least in the Western fandom. But they didn't. They did not do that.
And it was so angry.
Because it's like, I've been fighting this battle for years, and it's like, will someone please just listen to me? Will someone please just? It's like you can. It's cool in the gang. I'm fine with people saying, "Oh, Redline is the next Akira," in terms of it's going to be that quintessential anime movie that, like, every anime fan should see this movie because of this, and this reason. And I'm fine with that, but make that happen. And they didn't. It came out. It came out. There was a lot of hype leading up to it. It came out, got some hype, and then it dropped off completely. And then we were back to the old. Oh, they don't make anime for the West. Oh, why are they making anime for? Why are they making anime for the West anymore? Why can't I have my Ghost in the Shell in my Akira anymore? It's back to this whining. When the shit came out here, it's like, what the fuck?
How about the thing that I keep saying when
I don't know. I think it's funny when I hear somebody that wasn't even alive when that show came out.
I think it
is doing that.
I think it's funny when they also say, like, we should just have the Americans, like, come up with the ideas and like, have co-productions. I'm like...
They've tried that before.
Oh, you mean the Big O2? If these people are saying that and they don't own the Big O2 and they don't own IGPX and then they don't... Then I don't... And if these people are saying that and they don't own all of these Madhouse Marvel Comics productions, and they don't own Halo Legends, and they don't own the Mass Effect anime, and what was it, the Dragon Age anime, and whatever else they came out with for these video game franchise, then I question their perspective.
Or that Batman one where it was like a whole bunch of different anime studios.
Yeah, if they're not up on those, I question their perspective.
Yeah,
and I question whether they're earnestly saying that the West has some really good ideas and it would be valuable for U.S. production teams to start creating ideas for Japanese production teams to create, or if they are just touting a self-serving agenda because they like anime superficially as a medium, but deeply resent the fact that it's Japanese and created for the Japanese audience first, and would rather supplant the Japanese creative industry with American ideas.
I will tell on my point, and then I'll let K-Gods to have his final say. If the only time that ever worked was the 80s, and there were two reasons for that. There were two reasons. One, the deregulation of kids' medium, which just put in a deluge of IP creation. And where was outsourcing animation going to at the time? Because it was the most convenient. Japan. All right? So we had that. We also... and so... We had the combination of Japan being in their economic bubble combined with U.S. capital coming in to finance these things. And that worked for a good number in the 80s and even in the 90s. But that doesn't work. That can't work anymore.
For one, they're in a recession, for one.
Yeah, we're both in a recession.
Aren't we technically out of it by now?
Yeah,
we're kind of out of it, but we're never.
Numerically speaking, we're out of the recession. We've been out since 2009.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Okay, we're kind of, but we're not in that like hyper IP creation like we used to. At least that's the way I feel.
Well, no, I mean, fucking look at our big things like Hollywood. Half, if not more than half of it, is fucking remakes and reboots.
Oh yeah, well it's both here and in Japan. And when you have an economy that's not doing too well, either side, guess what you're gonna get? People are gonna look back on things nostalgically.
Guaranteed sales.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why all this shit is so bad and nobody takes any chances.
Which is why I love that South Park is doing the thing Member Berries, because it kind of it's actually
plays into that whole paradigm.
Brilliant. It's so brilliant. This thing is like, remember this thing. Yeah, but remember also this bad thing that's also like politically correct.
The doozy bots.
Cripple Kwame.
Cripple Kwame.
Well, but here's
like, of course.
here I'm gonna argue with you on that, VZ, because there have been plenty of US Western IP, but Japanese studios created, and there've been plenty since then, and a lot of them are really good. There's some stuff in the Halo Legends compilation that's really well done. There's the Animatrix Second Renaissance. I could watch that over and over again all day.
Oh, by the way, to add to that, Transformers the movie was not successful when it came out. It's considered a cult. It's considered a cult movie. Looked back fondly through nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
It was not looked at fondly by the film critiquing, because they only saw it as a toy commercial.
Naturally.
And Japan didn't get it until 3 years later, for some reason. So I acknowledge that can never work again because it wasn't successful even then to do that type of endeavor.
But here's my thing. There's a precedent. We can do that. It's happened before, and it has happened before recently. But my thing is, I'm dubious as to whether they're being intellectually honest when they say they want to do that kind of thing. Because there are some great productions that have come out of that sort of arrangement, but I don't think they're looking for those kind of great productions. I think they're just being self-serving. They don't necessarily want something like, say, the Big O2 to happen, or something like the Animatrix or Halo Legends, something like that. They're just looking to have their preferences satisfied and it desperately for them has to be anime. It has to be. Why? I don't know, but it has to be anime.
So, okay, if I can jump in here. So, in conclusion, or in short, is anime dying? No. Is it dead? No.
No. Far
in fact, it seems to actually imply quite the opposite. Now, if you're just one of those hanger-ons that are, hanging on to a genre you no longer really, have anything and has anything for you, there's nothing wrong with moving on. I don't know why. I don't know why that's such a hard thing for some people.
There is nothing at all wrong with just.
I don't really hang on to Final Fantasy anymore.
Yeah, listen, I'm not a JRPG fan. I like games that happen to be JRPGs, but I'm not going to profess to be a fan of JRPGs. I don't know a thing about Chrono Trigger.
I used to be a big fan of Sentai and Tokusatsu, but I'm not into the modern stuff anyways. But I could look back fondly at that.
I like. I'm getting into shmups, but I'm not going to profess to know anything about them. I'm not going to profess to be big on shmups. There's a few games I really like that are in that genre, but and that's fine. But what's not fine is if I were to go in and start talking about a whole bunch of mess that I don't know about these video games that I have not played. I mean, we know anime's not dying. We know the medium's not getting worse. We know all this. But what happens is people like Yamakan come in and muddy up the waters, and what's worse is that we have short-sighted people agreeing with him because their personal preferences are not being gratified by anime to the degree that they want them to be. So they're gonna get on this alarmist buzzword, this alarmist bandwagon thing where they say anime is dying, anime is dead, when in reality, no, anime is fine. You just don't like a whole lot of what's coming out, which is fine, but don't lie to me.
It's not Chicken Little here.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and that's kind of the kind of crux of it. It strikes me as, like you said, alarmist, if nothing else.
Very alarmist.
But the problem, I think, more than anything else, is then you've got these opinion makers, as it were, or you know what I mean, key holders, if you will.
Opinion leaders.
Thank you. I
Use
could
his
not.
word.
Okay, opinion leaders that operate on a very clickbait way of doing things. And so when they see things like that, they run it because they're guaranteed to get clicks. Because whether people are pissed off or not, they're still clicking.
I ran an article last year on Yashike called "No Fan Service Isn't Destroying Anime," and it was a response to a video on YouTube by the Anime Man where he very clearly posited that fan service is destroying anime. And no, it's not. It baffles me that people can honestly reach that conclusion. Because you have to be on a different level of self-serving to earnestly reach that conclusion and be serious about it.
I think we should probably wrap this up.
Let me just cap this off, so people know that anime is fine. Just so people know that anime is fine, and we don't have to worry about fan service destroying it, or Moe destroying it, or anything Yamakan says, or anything
sex bots,
anything Okada says, especially. Anime industry in 2015 valued at $18.1 billion US. All right. Anime Expo 2015 attendance. Here we go. 90,500.
Don't forget the
90,500.
Don't forget the attendance of Comic-Cat over there. Half a million.
Half a million. Crunchyroll subscriptions. 700,000 paid subscribers for 2015. 700,000. That's 10 times the amount they had just 4 years prior. Anime's fine. Keep it right here on NTR Radio. I need to find something calming because I'm still mad.
I'm just there's some weird pop outside, and my dogs just fucking lost their shit.
It's the post-apocalyptic world. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find that Stardust Speedway Pass, because I need to hear that vocal riff at the beginning of the track.
Oh, I know which one.
Yeah. If I can find it, if I can ever find it, because for some reason
he's dropping the ball.
It has split the Sonic CD soundtrack into like 5 different albums. Here it is. Oh, lost it.
You have to fucking control F to find the bastard.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. And just like that, I'm fine again.
My favorite Sonic track was the future version of the Stardust Speedway.
Ah.
But not the bad future, the good future.
I don't even remember how that one sounds. I'll play that one next because I need to refresh myself on some Sonic CD soundtracks.
Yeah, the US track for it, of course. That's the one that.
So that's what's great about Sonic CD. It had 2 separate soundtracks, both fantastic.
Yeah.
Perfect for that ride up the elevator.
So that's the wrong album. Stardust Speedway, Good Future.
Yes. That's it.
Dr. Robotnik is not amused by your bullshit.
Holy crap. QA the third in the IRC. Let's not forget Crunchyroll beat out the NFL app.
To be fair, I think a lot of people
officially bigger than football.
You hear that, Mr. Toy Box fellow?
Shout out to SP.
Shout out to SP. Good times. Do we have mail?
Let me check that. We do not.
We could always read a Lightning Leo post.
Yeah, Battle Ball take us long enough to fill a third segment.
I know. I'm willing to if nobody else wants to.
Sure.
I don't even want to find. I don't even know where to find one anymore.
Oh, I do.
There.
Because I have searching skills. And I clicked on the wrong fucking place. Isn't that awesome?
Made the same mistake I did.
I like how the fact if you type in ANN, the first result is Anime News Network, but the second one is Ann Coulter.
Ah.
Two horrible things.
I've still got this Wikipedia page for What a Cartoon up.
Do you seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow, yeah, they had the pilot for Courage the Cowardly Dog on here too.
That makes a lot of sense, really.
Yeah, a lot of those cartoons started out on this show. Cow and Chicken, that started out here. Dexter's Lab started out. Johnny Bravo started out here. Powerpuff Girl, Meat Fuzzy Lumpkins, yes.
Yes, the meat.
Fuzzy Lumpkins. Okay, did anyone ever figure out what the hell Fuzzy Lumpkins is supposed to be? Because he's just like this weird pink.
I think it was supposed to be like a Bigfoot type of thing.
I guess because he lives out in the forest and stuff. So.
Okay, I found him, but now I just gotta find one of the things that was ridiculous. Okay, let me. All right, here. That guy was a character. I think we've always threatened to read something of his. But we never did, I don't believe. I honestly wanted to have Villainous do it, because he was going to do that voice.
He's got that voice.
Oh, well. We could always have him do something else. I'll figure this out. Alrighty here. We should point out to anybody out there, we're mainly reading this because it is so absurdly self-important. Like, holy shit balls.
Oh,
Not only that, but he's one of those people that tries to shoehorn in large words to make themselves sound smart.
And here's what I like about people who do that. You can tell what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Well, yeah, because
You can tell
they're
the
not
difference
using
between-
them correctly half
Yeah.
the time.
You can tell the difference between someone who's using big words to sound smart and someone who actually just has a large vocabulary and knows how to use it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's play that.
Don't worry, I'm going to find it.
While you're doing that, I'm going to use the bathroom. Be right back.
Yes.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, I'm still looking for it.
Roger.
You know what one I'm going to find, right? You know what one I'm looking for, right?
I know which one you're looking for.
Yeah, I thought you did. It's impossible not to remember that. Just because it's so absurd. I hope I can find it without a whole lot of an issue, I should point. I don't remember what that actual thread was called where he did that. I wish I did. That's part of the problem.
Drawing girl in the RC. Anubis, out of curiosity, what's that Nanaha thing you have in the back? This is the box set for Nanaha, the movie first.
Oh, you bought that, the Japanese one.
Yeah, actually bought it off one of our listeners. In fact, he was selling it, so I bought it.
Cool. I didn't even know you. I know that was Nanaha. I just didn't realize that's what that was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually like the Nanaha movies. I don't know what the fuck's like. I don't know what's 100% going on.
Okay, let's see here. Alrighty here. I'll find it.
I'll find it.
No, I mean you can't miss that level of dumb. Until then, enjoy the smooth sounds of Charles Mingus.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Midnight Q.
Giggity giggity, sticky rat. I don't know why, but I'm having a hard time finding it. That's kind of depressing, really. Hopefully it didn't get removed. Because, like, that just can't be allowed to die.
Oh, do we have a backup?
Just keep the music rolling. There's them doing a stupid, what do you call it? A profile. You know what? I'm doing this the bad way. I should do this the deep probing way.
It's not fully utilizing the technology we have at our disposal.
Yeah, seriously. Hang on. No, that's not what I said. Come on now. This should take me there. Found it. Oh God, here it is, guys. Okay. Do you want to like just go back and forth because it
is one of his posts, so it is lengthy.
And this is right on A&N?
Yes, it was in 2012.
Oh.
Back in the day.
Yes, holy shit. Okay. The argument was basically just seems to be generally, well, it was from an answer man response is what it was. Talking about anime history and, you know, releases and so forth. And basically bitching about they're all being high school students and stuff. Okay. Oh, guess it would help if I'd post the link, huh?
That would help.
Enjoy. Okay. Like reading all of it is.
Holy crap. Holy crap.
I mean, there's just some really fucking hilarious comments here. And I think we should at least just read the ones that are great.
Drawing girl in the IRC. I should probably archive this. I feel dirty clicking on a link like this.
You know, I really should have put it on archive.
I mean, I've already given A&N enough clicks. I really have no qualms about giving them more, especially if it's to mock them and their denizens.
I don't think this person has posted there for a few years now.
Good. Let's keep it that way. Oh yeah, I remember this Answer Man thread. I got involved in this one too.
Wow.
Yeah. This is when. Wait a second. I think this might have been one where he answered one of my questions.
Fair enough, but we're not. Oh God! Here it is. Here it is. This is the part that needs to be. You're going to the viewers out there, or listeners, I should say, but you might be viewing it too.
Well, the only people who are going to hear this are the viewers. We're still on the break.
Oh yeah. Want want. We should wait then, until we come back, huh?
Yeah, we should wait. It's a good timing because the song just ended. Back to the soundboard.
You know what part I'm going to read. You know what part I'm going to read.
Absolutely.
You know exactly what I'm going to read.
Ready on third segment.
Yes.
Wait, hang on. Let me find where you are.
You'll know as soon as you see it because you'll start laughing.
Okay, we're good.
Okay,
Ready on third segment.
I am.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to NTR Radio.
We don't have mail this time, but we do have a special treat for you.
Yeah, so since we've already spent so much time on the ANN forums this episode, we're going to just go whole hog with it.
Yep. We're going to be reading some excerpts from a gentleman that used to post there. I don't think they do anymore. We're not going to bother, delving into who they are, really. This is more just the actual content.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It really is. You'll recognize us laughing about some of this because we made jokes about it in the past because we've certainly referenced him. Okay, I guess I'll read, since I came up with the idea. I guess I'll read the main paragraph.
Yeah.
I mean, you can chime in if you want to read some more, and I'm sure you do.
All right, where does it start?
It doesn't matter. I'll just read it. Okay. Quote, I fashion myself more a dilettante than some pedant. I can't take that seriously.
Oh, there, yeah.
Though my background is nowhere near as monolithic or esoteric as it may sound, and there are plenty of folks with much vaster intellectual depth regarding anime in general to whom I would readily defer in expertise, like Ask John on Anime Nation or my brother. I think that's all you need to hear, really. But there is another great line, and it's one that we've made fun of on many times. I'm fairly well versed and passionate about. Oh, sorry, I skipped a part. My bad. Way back in my magnate high school days. Who the fuck talks like this? Like, yes, we understand what he means. That's not the point. The point is, who talks like this in casual conversation? Also, check this out. I remember visiting the library and printing out a tome's worth of articles and news bits. Reading with keen interest collections like On America's 5 Years of Anime Interviews, Susan Napier's Anime from Akira to Howl's Moving Castle, Roger Ebert's commentaries, and surfing Anime Web Turnpike. Anime Web Turnpike. Those were the days.
That was probably before my time. Anime Web Turnpike.
Holy shit. Now, which is still there if you want to go to GeoCities websites that are no longer and that will no longer work and are probably filled with malware.
Wow. This looks like the ruins of the internet.
Yeah, like this is late 90s shit.
This is like
I said, this is when GeoCities was a legit thing.
Like, none of these links work.
No,
none of them at all.
I'd honestly be kind of scared to click on them. I'd be afraid they'd take me to like some kind of like Nigerian porn scam site or something.
Well, their chat link redirects to a 404 page, so that's not working. But like, click on the 4. Okay, that one's a 404 as well. Like gallery, that just redirects back to the home page. Anime, that's 404. They have 2 forum links in their top right bar for some reason. I have no idea why. One says forum, one says forums, plural.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, this site is 100% broken. There's nothing about it that works.
I told you that was when people had Fortune City websites.
Freaking GeoCities, Angel Fire.
Holy shit, Angel Fire, yeah. And all the pages were nothing more than just a fucking background of Vegeta GIFs.
It was a stark black background with stars, and then a couple GIFs. Because I remember like Inuyasha fan sites on Angel Fire and shit. That was my era. That was when I was growing up, coming up in the internet with anime fans and stuff.
And here's some more classics from said individual. If you examine my earlier comments in this post and others, the gist of my assertions are fairly clear and bear little repeating. I find that modern anime caters deliberately and primarily to juvenile and prurient tastes, qualitatively in its preoccupied fascination with high schoolers and overt sexualization of children, and quantitatively in the widespread market penetration and proliferation of such subject matter. Hello.
Yeah,
I masturbate to a thesaurus.
Yeah.
Also, my favorite thing is
tell
here.
the difference. Go ahead.
My favorite thing about this entire bit is him shoehorning the word palaverous into this fucking whole thing.
This guy must just have the thesaurus open all the time.
No, you know what he did? I can tell you exactly what he did. He typed up his basic outline of what he was going to type out in Word and then used the thesaurus command on words that he thought were too simple to explain what he was trying to explain.
I didn't even know that was a function of Microsoft Word.
It is on the newer ones.
Wow.
See,
I'm old school. I had words. I just read the dictionary.
Yeah, I had Office 2003 for a long time. So, in any case, some of this stuff is pretty entertaining. There was another one that was really great too. Let me see if I can dig it out. Okay. Let's see if I can find it here. I'm unfortunately not. I saw it just a second ago, and it's one of those things where now I can't find it. Figures.
Which, though intriguing, is beyond my means to communicate, short of some palaverous, longer-ridden dissertation. Yes.
Yes. Quite.
Diligently. Diligently. I bet he has a little.
And I mean, here's the thing, because
chalice, and always swirling the line.
A freaking goblet.
Yes, goblet.
Hey, come on, goblets are cool, man. And then, of course, Cecil the Dark Knight points out the funniest fucking. My God, man, who cares if they're in high school or not? It's all about the execution of the material at hand. This trope is as old as the hills.
If you're complaining about anime characters in high school, that ship has sailed. That ship sailed 2 decades ago.
Yeah.
That's I was watching YouTube videos, and this one YouTuber I was watching say, complaining about anime being too meta and self-referential. And
yeah, I remember this.
That ship sailed 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, for sure.
More like 30 years ago.
As soon as the second generation of anime creators came up, the first generation that grew up watching anime, that was done. That ship sailed. You're complaining about it, but there's really nothing you can do about that because we are several generations deep into that. People who grew up watching anime started making anime, and then the people who grew up watching the anime those people made started making anime, and we're a few generations beyond that now. We're not gonna reverse that all of a sudden.
Oh, here's one I missed. This one's great. My general point is that the great propensity of modern works hyper-focus on kids in school or school-aged kids, catering simultaneously to hipster youth fantasy and a perverse pedophile palate.
I want to make a magazine called Hipster Youth Fantasy. I feel like that would be a good name for a magazine.
Yeah, but not one I'd read.
Of course not. I'm not gonna read it. But Hipster Youth Fantasy.
Like first off, most hipsters I know hate this shit. Not that I hang out with hipsters. Definitely not. I'm just talking about the ones I'm observed from a far distance. Most of them complain about the same things that these people do.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I used to think, and I still do to an extent, that they're the ones responsible for this opinion being so kind of everywhere. Mythosaurus. Yeah, pretty much. Finger fucking a thesaurus, are we?
I mean, here's the thing. People can accuse us of being
Settle down, man.
Am I so bad? People can accuse us of being anti-intellectual, but here's the thing. It's very easy to tell the difference between someone who uses big words to sound smarter and someone who legitimately just has a big vocabulary.
This person does not. First off, nobody I know that actually talks with really big words makes these long of fucking posts.
Yeah.
They use long words so they don't have to make long posts.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. People go on about, oh, well, lengthy posts and law, because they believe that the more content means you have more substance in it. But in reality, what takes real effort, real knowledge, and real expertise is brevity. Because here's the thing, and here's one thing that I learned in college. My business professor used to assign us one-page papers, and one page strictly enforced. And the reason he did that is because if you fully understand a concept, you can explain it and give your perspective on it in one page.
Right. I understand. I'm trying to see if there's any other great quotes that I can mine from this, because there was an unending amount of them. It seems like it's just a matter of me finding his posts now. And there's
a girl in the RC. It doesn't make sense to care so much about intellectualism when anime is a fucking pop culture product. I disagree because I fundamentally believe that
holy shit,
everything deserves fair criticism. But my point is, these people's brand of intellectualism it's like store brand intellectualism. It's like they're trying to pass off specifically what they do as intellectualism, when in reality, what they do might be intellectualism in some respects, but they're not getting the whole hog. The Drawn Girl in the RC again. And these people want anime to be like literature, and that's exactly what I'm saying. They're trying to pass off this traditionalist literature-based sort of criticism as the only intellectualism anime can ever come into the anime discussion, and that's not the case at all. Is my point. Go ahead, K-Guns.
Okay, I can't find him responding again, but here's a classic quote from everyone's favorite editor.
There we go.
The difference there is that there's a tremendous amount of material being produced to gently tickle your sensitive prostate. And it's been that way for a very long time. You're okay with that, or at least the argument you're making sounds like you're okay with that, because, again, you're in the power position. This stuff isn't really hard to figure out. He was saying this to you.
Mm-hmm.
To which your response, and really you could have ended it there and it would have been funny, but Zach, it's a cartoon.
I'm in the power position.
Yeah, you're saying that while you're the fucking mod.
Don't worry, guys. It's okay. Time Enforcer Anubis is in the power position.
Power position? What the fuck is this? Press your luck?
I have the power. It's He-Man up in here.
No whammies. Stop.
In the power position.
Power position.
And it's not just I'm in the power position. I'm in the power position because there's a lot of anime coming out now that aligns itself with my preferences. That's why I'm in the power position.
Right.
Not because of any. It's not because of any intelligence. Not because I have a platform of NTR Radio. Nothing like that. No. There's a lot of anime coming out that has stuff I like in it, so I'm in a power position.
Indeed.
Do you understand? Do you understand how little sense that makes? Do you understand now that I've said it out loud? Do you understand how galactically stupid that sounds?
It sounded that way when it was first said 4 years ago.
Because I got to scroll back and see this
here's another one
for myself because it's hilarious.
Here's another one. Jesus Christ, the whiny entitled straight male shit in this thread is ridiculous.
Why we got to bring gender into this? Realize that these are the only people who ever bring gender into the anime discussion.
I knew that attitude had become a problem in dumps like Reddit, but not quite so much here. Yes, because
Does anyone else did anyone else notice how like some of these people just have a real vendetta against Reddit for some reason?
Oh, because it's like that's like where all the people like to their viewpoint is like the fedora wearing, type of like.
Yeah, but there's like a feminism Reddit too. I mean, so that makes even less sense.
Well, again, it's fucking Reddit. Like, I don't even know anybody else that fucking. I don't know too many people that hang out on Reddit, to be completely honest with you.
Reddit's just really, really confusing to me to look at.
I like Reddit. It's a good platform because, like the thing about Reddit is like there's just a subreddit for everything. I'm part of the Gun Plus subreddit. I'm part of the Gundam subreddit just in general. I'm part of the 3 times faster subreddit where they just post a whole lot of stuff about Char Aznable. Like they got a subreddit for everything, so I don't understand why these people just hate Reddit.
Anything else before we kind of end? Because I think we should. We've been running for like 3 hours now.
It's like I don't know where I like a certain cartoon becomes. I'm in a power position and enjoy it, but I think you're making a huge jump here. Vintage Time Enforcer Anubis from 2012.
Yeah, when we thought the world would end.
When we thought the world would end.
Oh, but the only thing that ended was my patience.
Yep.
So I think that is going to wrap it up. We hope you got a giggle out of that because that kind of shed some a little bit of light on some of the kind of jokes that we've kind of thrown back and forth at each other during this, like the magnate thing. like that's one of those things that I still occasionally have did somebody really say that moment?
Anyway, that's the show.
Yeah.
The email address is ntrradio@gmail.com. The website is sheslockscontrol.net/podcast or /NTR Radio. You can find VZ stuff as vzmk2moemekagatai.wordpress.com. In addition, you should also check out Otaku Midnight because they're really good, and the Bakagaijin show because they're really good as well. Check out Iyashike at iyashike.moe. Check out Shinakiba, which will be coming your way very soon. To a certain extent, I feel like the site is ready. Like I could launch it right now, but I don't know. Something at the back of my head says still needs work. So that's coming your way in not very long. Hit me up on Twitter at TEAnubis. Hit VZ up on Twitter at VZMK2. Hit KGods up on Twitter at LazyErica00. Anything I'm forgetting?
And even though you constantly Constantly forget what. No.
Even though we kill anime every time we say it, this is NTR Radio.